Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show. What it do, everybody? Why? Friday, Ray Night Live. Yes. What's going on, everybody? It's another episode of Ray's Review with me and my homegirl, Erin. I'm going to let you know the What's Going Down episode of one of our favorite Bravo shows, Southern Charm, Season 11, Episode 11. Please help me welcome Erin to the stage.
Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you for joining. I am enjoying my week. How has your week been?
Good. It's been good. You and I both are furthering our interests and our careers through education, and mine just began this week. I met up with my short fiction crew, and it was a good time.
Wonderful. I'm glad. I'm so glad we're both getting some just due, as you know. So we both deserve it, and I know we both can't wait for the future. All this just comes together. It's like chef's kiss.
Listen, you and I, we are ladies that we are pursuing our interests, right? And we thank you so much for supporting that by listening, because we really do love talking about this stuff.
We sure do, child. Mm-hmm. Yes, we do. And who are we on? Because I got my notes on something else. We doing
Southern Charm.
I labeled it itchy grass dinner.
Yeah. It's 11/11, season 11, episode 11.
Okay, and I saw some checking going on. I'm glad some people was getting checked. It was necessary. I like the approach. I appreciate the delivery, and you can't help but respect that. And I'm glad it was necessary. I'm glad it was done. And we have one little sad part, but that's okay. We just gonna celebrate and move on. But yeah. Let's get into it. Now we are at Whitner's family's home, and it's one of those old plantations, and it's called Itchy Grass Farm. And it's 36 acres or 3.6? I can't recall exactly.
I did not catch at all.
But it's a lot of room.
Yeah.
I mean, they got canoeing, fishing. They got canoeing on one part, fishing on another part, horses riding free, galloping for their life in another part. What else are they doing? Swimming at the Heezy, and it's an infinity pool. Okay, did you check that out? A cute little infinity pool. But yeah, they had a good time for the dinner for the most part. I like how the parents just want to please and make a good impression. I can tell the food was well seasoned. The meat looked good. I can tell you, I don't know if you like your meat the way I like my meat, but that steak did look kind of good.
It did. No, it looked nice, and they let it rest, and they did all the things, to make sure that it did. It looked good.
Now, when she said they had steak, broccoli, and potatoes, was that it?
I don't know.
Girl, if that's all you gonna serve, I mean, I ain't really complaining, but that's it.
All those fools wanted to do anyway was drink.
And cause
problems.
Hello.
So
everybody but Madison.
right. Madison probably enjoyed the food. Oh no, Madison
Okay.
wasn't there that night, was she? She wasn't there?
Yeah, she left the next morning. She was
Right.
there for the dinner.
Okay. I'm like,
yeah, because they was talking and shit. Thought yeah.
yes,
So
that's right. They were like, they didn't tell him you're gonna make an
yeah,
ass of yourself if you don't just listen.
yeah. So it was the night they got there because they only stayed overnight. It was just an overnight situation.
Yeah.
So they're having a good old time. Everybody dressed up. They kind of dressed in all white a little bit. Like, a lot of them were dressed in white. Like, what's going on? It's a white party? What's happening? Excuse me. Sally is making a fool out of herself. Google goggling over Austin because he's single. Well, he's single. I'm like, girl, calm that thing down. Molly was like, the body's still warm, girl.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, the body is still warm. He just said bye to Audrey 3 minutes ago. I mean, it was just a lot. But the one thing that struck me a little odd, Whitner and his parents were gathering and getting all the place settings and everything. They asked him, well, they were discussing where people are going to sit. And he said, oh, it don't matter. If they fight, they fight. But didn't just 2 days ago he said, yeah, don't be fighting in front of my parents?
I know. Listen, I'm already disillusioned with production again, so who knows?
I was just about to say a little nudge,
Yes.
Well, a little argument ain't gonna hurt nobody. But yeah, so it got, it didn't get crazy in front of the parents the way that the night went through, that the night went on and on. But they did have a great time. Sally wanted Austin to sit by her. She make all these comments about his, his appendage, but girl, on the low. Charlie was like, listen, I'm glad she got her sights over there because she can leave me and Craig alone. I was like, yes, girl, get your man.
Mm-hmm.
Now you want to have your 10 toes down, Charlie. Now you want to stay plain.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't even know if she does. I can't figure these motherfuckers out.
Girl, she said what she said.
Yeah, but then there were some. Then she was saying in the confessional, can we just talk about us and not talk about Sally? And then there was this other point where he was like, can I sit here? And she's like looking away. I don't know. They, we know they don't end up together anyway. I'm not spoiling anything because everybody's like, they would be talking about it now. So, but
girl, that was her man an overnight trip.
they look like they were the canoe and the time together and all that,
Mm-hmm.
Right. I think things go south in Mexico. I think I saw something on the preview or something. But anyway,
everything going south in Mexico. Face down.
That's funny.
I'm just saying. Face
down.
But
I'm glad. I was just going to say, I'm just glad they kept their shit together in front of his parents. I mean, you're grown people. It's nice that they were able to share community and a meal on a beautiful property, allow Whitner's parents to be gracious entertainers. I'm glad everybody kept their manners enough because that is you don't have any excuse. None of, you are all the age ranges. If you can't act right in front of people's parents at their dinner when they've opened their home to you,
That one part where Craig was sitting next to Sally and then the dog came and moved his head and knocked the wine into her lap. He called
Molly. It was Molly, not Sally.
Oh, Molly, my bad. I was thinking Molly when I said Sally, for real.
Yeah, I was going to say,
picturing her. Like, oh, girl, get it together.
Yeah, no, because he likes, I think, because Molly's the safe friend. He's the one you could sit close to. But yeah, that dog sure did. And they were like going, did the dog do it? Yeah, I'm like, damn, Craig can't catch a break because the dog totally did. But they're all like, nope.
Okay, because every time he on the couch, he gonna spill something. Don't get Craig and couches. I don't know how his couches stay clean. He must not sit on none of them. Cause girl, if Craig is on the couch, don't give him none to drink.
This
Do
time
not.
it really was the dog's fault, though. That was sabotage.
He is prone. Well, listen. Craig and couches don't mix. So the dog just happened to be there.
Girl, look at this. Craig can't get not even the like. I mean, they go back at the slow mo and show that dog straight up head butted that drink.
It was Craig's fault. He should have held the drink back. But he called him Ruckus. And I was like, Ruckus? No, then they changed it to Bacchus, whatever his name is. He was like, this damn dog. Ruckus. Get out of here. But I thought that was funny. And then Sally, of course, helped Molly get the stain out. You know, they used all those concoctions, vinegar, and
she put a new dress on,
soda, all that. I just want Sally to raise her skirt up, because girl, really, she was doing the most.
Oh yeah, that outfit was not appropriate for a parents' dinner. Your titties were all you were like, "Hi, I ain't got nothing on."
Could she be any more obvious that I'm not wearing nothing but what you see?
Yeah, I mean that change into that later. Like show up to dinner anyway. I think she was already wasted though. Honestly, I'm not excusing her wagging her tongue after Austin, but like it just felt to me like the level of sloppy that she kind of thought she was being funny, but like it was crazy. I felt like she was wasted.
I just think she was being fake, just trying to, pretty much letting him know that she wants it. It's on and popping. Now that you single, you want me because this is what you do. This is what I do. I don't know. It just seemed a little performative, regardless of how much she drank. She was just doing way too much. And it just, and then the different cuts they were showing, her interest towards Austin, all the non-funny jokes, and she's just, it'll lick my ass and lick his ass. Girl, find something to do. We just want her to find something to do, except for the dudes on the show. Girl,
not someone to do. Yeah, well,
yeah, find something.
Yeah, like I said, it just, let's put it this way, it didn't look good to the audience. This is the observer. You didn't, Sally, you look like you were making an ass of yourself. So,
and then Austin clears up the Sally salty drama that she tried to throw salt on with Charlie, which was great. I'm glad that he said, listen, it wasn't all that like you heard. It was just him speaking possibly about a situation, but not like this is what's about to happen because I'm all this, all that. I'm interpreting what he said, y'all. But he plainly let Charlie know. He cleared up what Charlie heard from the source she heard it from, that it was like this and not like that. And she's like, oh, okay, cool. I thought that was pretty noble of Austin, considering him and Craig on the outs.
I agree. And he even said as much. And I appreciate him saying that to Charlie, because he's like, look, I don't even like him right now, but like I feel compelled to tell the truth here, which is, I was there. It is not as sinister as it might have made out to be. And I just appreciated that, because honestly, it's, look, I don't agree with most of what Craig is up to right now. But at the same time, it's unfair that Sally is now going to get to take information that she's getting and sabotage whatever is going on for anyone else. You're clearly so happy that Austin is dang-a-lang is freewheeling, and you're gonna go be off on another fantasy with building a world with him. So leave Craig alone. You don't have to like throw gasoline on. Let Charlie find out. Just like you wanted to find out, let Charlie find out.
Right.
Let her find out. If he's not a good person, then you need to go let her check that out. Just like Vanita, you didn't like it when Vanita did it. Now you stop doing it. You're just taking a different approach.
Mm-hmm.
But you're trying to do the same thing.
And
So,
mm-hmm.
oh no, I'm just saying, and so, good for you, Austin, for like going, no, I don't like that.
Yeah, I thought it was, it's good that they all know what's really going on, that there's no ambiguity. And maybe Austin's in his feelings a little bit because since he got clarity or clarified things with Audrey, he just found it to be the right thing to do to make sure that the information that Charlie had was the correct information. So again, I thought that was great. That was a noble thing for him to do because it's enough mess going on, and I think Austin sees them. Well, he knows because they all discuss how messy Sally is. So it's only fair that Charlie knows what really was said, and it also doesn't paint Sally in a good light, for her to deliver some information that wasn't how it really was. It's like,
Well,
girl.
she kept saying she felt so sure that she knew, that she knows the caliber of Craig's character now. And it's like, you can't be the one to mastermind controlling who he socializes with now or any of that stuff, because it just makes you look bitter. It makes you look
Yeah.
bitter, and you're not believable anyway because it makes you look, because you look bitter. So and plus you weren't there. And we see, Austin, Shep, who's the gossip that spilled the tea on what Craig was saying, he wasn't sharing it like, oh, he's, going to destroy her. I'm going to break her heart. She's so in love with me. He was more making fun of Craig. And Sally put her sauce spin on it. And so now it is once again one of those things where you don't get to interpret the tone of the conversation. You weren't there.
And speaking on all of that, and then Craig catches Sally in the hallway, give her a little read a little bit, like, hey, you know me. I don't talk like that. So the next time you hear something about me, come to me first. Don't go blabbing it off to Charlie or whoever else, because pretty much it's not fair to me. And it's just, come to me. All she could do was just atone, whatever that means to her, and accept it and move on. I thought that was decent. It was discretionary. He didn't do it in front of everybody. They were off alone in the hallway somewhere next to a closet, So I thought that was, and he spoke real soft just to not raise any suspicion or raise any issue or make her feel like he was angry and upset. I think he clocked her tea, so he came real meek and humble to her, letting her know absolutely not, do this, do that for the next time. Did you like that approach or no?
Well, I do. I can appreciate it. Here's the funny part about Craig. Craig is a liar. We know that. Remember when he said JT called Miss Patricia, a bitch?
No, that was a lie. Yes.
It was, he didn't.
Yes.
And you swore up and down, and you quoted, and you stood by what you heard, but you didn't. So I don't like that he looked at Sally and said, I never said that. Yes, you did. You did. You did say that. We saw it on camera at the dinner. Now, the way that it was spun is not accurate and not fair. So yeah, you do have a right to be upset. But why do you do this? You make it about you being a liar instead of about the thing when you go, I never said that. You know me. I wouldn't say I wouldn't follow. Yes, you did. You didn't see like you, and so you did. You would. So I hate that part. But I also appreciate him looking at her and saying, if we're good, if we're friends, then please come to me before you try to like speak for me and talk to me about what you heard before you go blabbing it to other people, because that makes you look like a bitch. And you know, and she really didn't have a good argument.
She didn't, and how she said it was the problem he had. It's not. She again, verbatim is necessary when you're communicating things about somebody that you feel they're trying to, have one up on you or on whoever you're telling it to. If you're warning somebody about what somebody said, then that should be verbatim and not your interpretation, because we all know an interpretation is someone's take on what was said. So, Sally, girl, I think you'll gain some cool points with folks if you wouldn't put your spin on the communique. Just saying.
Yep. And, Craig had every right to be upset because although he did say it, he wasn't saying it like you were so sure that he was. He wasn't. He was literally saying, I want to get to, and it's, if you think about it, it's an honest and legitimate concern it's like coworkers sleeping together or getting involved, right?
Ooh.
He's saying, I just got out of a breakup. I'm trying to figure my crap out. I like her. I think I want to get to know her. I'm worried though that like if we get all caught up in all of this and then I'm not into it, now we're on a show together, and now there's like all of this mess and I still have to see her and la 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 la. So, a lot of the things he was concerned about is just putting himself into another complicated situation potentially, right? So, and none of that is being conveyed to Charlie. It's only Sally rubbing her hands together maniacally. I'm sure he's so full of himself. No, girl, that's just because you got a bruised ego because you straight up told him you liked him and he did not give you even the time of day for 2 seconds.
Girl, the day or the time, girl.
No, he said, oh, I don't want this.
Girl, that scene was like, ooh.
Yeah, he looked up in the air. He was disassociating immediately.
Right.
Yeah.
You might gonna say cut.
So,
Not gonna laugh at the girl because I've been there. It ain't fun when somebody say no, I don't like you back. Been there, done that on TV, girl.
Yeah, and she was very sure she wasn't used to that, because she is very pretty. It's undeniable.
Yeah, because what guy wouldn't want some puss? I'm just saying. And she was shocked and appalled that he didn't want hers. Well, girl, you ain't to cast me out. Again, I've already said, I said from the gate, she is not his type because she's just too loose for him. I've never seen him with a girl who act like that.
Nope, he didn't even get with Catherine. Remember, everybody under the sun did, and he was the one that didn't. Even though, like initially, I think she liked him. Like he's just not built like that.
Right, that ain't his stilo.
Nope.
So. But she found out. She FAFO.
Yeah, you should have got. You should have waited for Austin to get single because it was bound to happen. Because he's much more into that kind of crap.
You know what? Maybe she read Amanda's book and she manifested getting with Austin.
Oh my God. If ever there was someone that was on the wrong fucking show. Woo! But we'll get to that.
Oh, y'all tune in to tomorrow, child. Oh, Lord Jesus.
Beverly Hills.
Girl, I love that show. That is some grown women shit they doing over there. Oh, okay. Back to Southern Charm. Okay.
Speaking of non-grown people shit.
Okay, non-grown, and the oldest one is in our bracket. Hello.
And everybody, please learn your terms properly. You are not really using, like, you're kind of using gaslighting properly when you're saying Craig just gaslights, but like that's not really what you mean. Gaslight means to do something to someone and then deny that you did it, deny the reality. And so, yes, him saying I didn't say it at all is gaslighting, but she's like, he does it all the time. This is not. I'm like, that's not really what you mean. He's just being manipulative. So everybody, please learn your effing terms.
Girl, I'm over here with my thumb and middle finger, just preach, girl. Yes. Because that was next on my thing. Like, and the gaslighting, girl, bye. He ain't gaslighting, just like you did with Gaston. You gassing up a situation to be in your favor when it wasn't, and it backfired on you. Now you're trying to blame him for how you felt. You jumped the gun with that situation. You tried to claim something that wasn't there. I'm sorry, mamas, but it's the same old, you are a broken record. And now you're trying to throw salt in the game like you tried to do with Taylor and her. That's why Taylor left. She's like, I'm not going to do these games with her. Well, I don't know why. She didn't tell me why she left. But
they didn't bring her back. They didn't bring her back.
Just saying, I'm sure she didn't want that going on in her new relationship.
No, you could tell she was desperate to hang on to him. I'm not convinced that Gaston wasn't a piece of crap. I'm just not. I'm just not. I think, players gonna play, especially with a girl that, they think is fast and loose or whatever. But in this scenario, she is, I just wanted to be like, were you there? But again, this is my problem with Craig. You did say something. So now you're giving Sally this ammo to be like, you're a liar. You did say something. You did say something, but you weren't there. So you don't get to interpret what was said.
Right.
So
you got chat in there, a message for you.
Oh, hey, happy Galentine's Day. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
I love that.
So that gaslight mess, girl, bye with all that. And then we see, what was I gonna say? Then Shep gets some advice from Madison and Rodrigo because he wants to, girl, okay. He pretty much everybody but Craig and Shep know at this point that Austin is single. Everybody but them two, which is hilarious, right? Yeah. I think the parents knew too, but they ain't gonna say that. And Ruckus back, what's his name? B.A. What's his name? The dog?
Baccarat? Baccarat? I don't remember. I feel terrible. He's very cute. I did know at one point, but I don't know.
Well, we're gonna call him Barruckus because I don't know his name.
Burrus, after Candy.
Shout out to Candy, girl.
Yep, I know. That's why I said it. Shout out to Candy. Girl. Candy
Next time you'll know. Next time you will know. This is a learning lesson, but I won't keep going with that. Girl. Oh, there he is. Bacchus. Okay, thank you. Bacchus. So
Bacchus, the god of wine. Bacchus. Thank you.
What was I about to say, girl?
Yes, football. Get out.
Oh, Shep. Yeah. Shep. So Shep is wanting to, school Austin because he just needs some advice. Like Roger was like, advice from who?
I know. I love the way he's like, and you're gonna give it to him?
From Bacchus? Because you and Bacchus got the same mindset. Both Madison and Roger are looking like he just don't know. We can't say nothing. They just enjoying this, and they're giving him text clues like, just ask him questions. Don't go in with advice like you always do. And he's like, oh, really? Okay. I'm like, Shep, you can't be this oblivious, babe.
Yes, he can. That's why I love Shep.
Well, I'm just thinking to myself, like, dude, you ain't caught on yet.
Oh, my man.
He goes to the two most gossipy MFs on this show, and he don't get the tea. Dude, really?
Well, listen, he had his. This is what I find so funny. Clearly, Austin was like out of place, that he was not portraying on the show, right? Because and Craig
Mm-hmm.
said as much, right? At dinner, he said, you're acting different than you act off camera, because the way that even Austin was like, you need to be single, you need to stop, like, you need to stop, like, everybody is like, you're over this relationship, and I'm like, I haven't seen, I mean, I've seen Austin do some like hem and haw non-committal shit, but I haven't heard him really kind of losing it to warrant this. You know, I was more on board for his righteous indignation of let me enjoy my relationship. But now we're at the point where I'm kind of looking at it like, you must really be flapping your gums with the boys or something. Because everybody, even like, people want to sit you down and make you break up now. You're just making Craig and Shep look like they know what they're talking about better than they do, you know? And I'm like, you're just giving those two more credibility that you're really unhappy and that you're being an a-hole because truly you would rather be single. It's hilarious to me the way that Rodrigo's like, you're gonna give him advice? Yeah. And they're like, no. This is
Yeah,
so
really.
funny. So funny. Like, you know what you're doing with your life? But he wasn't wrong. You know, the one thing that I always enjoy about Craig, Shep, and Austin is that they do have so much history. They do know each other pretty well. And like,
Mm-hmm.
even though
Mm-hmm.
they may not all be living right, they can look at one another and be like, you're not happy. You know? That was
Girl.
just really funny to me. I was tickled. And then they're like, just
Okay.
ask questions. Okay, yeah, yeah. He had like, you can see it just wasn't click. It was funny. Loved it.
Girl. What else
Rodrigo.
happened? Oh, and then Shep and Austin talk after that, you know. So he's Shep is trying to form the words to communicate with Austin. And he kind of goes in with his first mind to just school him. And at the same time, you have production doing that. What's it called, ma'am? When they put the his memory of the previous
Flashback.
conversation. Flashback, thank you. So they got flashbacks of Rodrigo and Madison from his conversation he just had with him, because he's really thinking like, okay, you know how we talk to each other, I just want to talk to you about something, during his here come Madison. Just ask him questions. And here come, oh well, there comes a time in a man's life. Here come Rodrigo. Really? Yeah, ask him questions. Just don't go in just trying to school him. So then he goes in, and as soon as he starts to try and school Austin like, listen, I already had this conversation. I don't want to have it with you. Austin is sad. He's hurt. He has some feelings. It ain't like he didn't feel for the girl. He's obviously, mulling over his decision, and he's just trying to have a good time. And he doesn't want to go back and forth with Shep, but he don't want to tell Shep right now. But Shep just don't know, child. Shep, and he don't want to hear no advice either. he stopped Shep's cool in his tracks. Hold on.
Yeah.
That was cute. But anyway.
It was funny. No, because like I think Austin probably wanted to say to Shep, even on a good day, I don't want to hear your relationship advice, freckle lips. Like, even on a good day, I don't want to hear it.
Okay, after last year, girl.
Yeah, I'm like, you're a disaster. You have advice to give no one, sir. Like, no one. Like, and it's not, it'd be another thing if you maybe came as a friend and was like, I know you really well, and I could tell you want to be single. So just like, do what you need to do, sir. It was just really funny.
Last year, girl.
Text message sonatas, he was all of that crap. No, hilarious. But like I said, again, I found it entertaining. Austin is so dumb. Like, I have talked with people, and I just don't want to talk with you. And I'm like, you're dancing around this in such a stupid way. Like, you need to just tell him, we broke up. I don't want to talk about it. Like, that's really what, like, but I get it. He's looking at both Austin and Craig, or Shep and Craig, like, if either one of you go, I knew it, you should, blah, 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 you know what I mean? Like, that he would want to punch them. I do find it really sweet though. Both of them fucking, excuse my language, both of them had very supportive reactions. Did you notice that? Like Craig
Right.
was like, don't. He needs to tell me. I don't want him to know. I don't want him to know I know. Like
Right.
he needs to tell me. And then Shep was like, okay, good. Like like they both got what they wanted, and they didn't do the Vanita route. Well, why didn't you call me? I told you so. They didn't do any of that. They were just like, good, means to an end. So anyway, I thought this just tickled me. I thought this was funny. Whenever Shep is like in the dark, it cracks me up.
Okay.
It is funny.
It really was, right?
Yeah.
So, they're just that's pretty much the end of the night. Everybody went to their respective abodes. I think Craig was in the tent. Was Shep in the tent? No, Shep was in the barn. Who else was in the tent? It was 2 tents.
I know, but I think it just turned out to be Craig.
Yeah, I think somebody bunked with I know I wouldn't be in no tent. Shit, but
Me
girl,
neither. I wouldn't have been the one.
girl, I don't know what's out here. All this itchy grass. Girl,
No,
bye.
I need to be with a bathroom. I would have been in the house with one of my own bathrooms. The
Hello.
room with my own bathroom. That's
Girl.
the minimum requirement for my life.
I just can't be out in the elements sleep. What is that about? Girl. Mm-mm. Girl, okay, bear, lions, tigers, all that, hyenas, everything. Child, I can't do it.
No.
You don't know what's out there beyond the itchy grass. Girl.
I just want to be in a temperature controlling environment. Like I just want to be able to. And there was no bathroom, so if you had to pee in the middle of the night, you had to go figure that out. That's just not what I want to do.
Who? Not me.
Yeah.
Not us. Okay.
Not I. Yeah, no.
Werewolves, everything. Child, everything is out. Everything is outside. That's why they have homes with locks, abodes with apartment, whatever. They even got them tiny homes. Girl, I wish I would. If I'm outside sleep, something happened. Call 911. So we wake up the next morning, and of course we see Craig in the tent. That's what really sparked me to talk. Like, who is in a tent, child? And he's just, it's time. I gotta brush my teeth. Yes, you do need to go do all that. And it's 10:30. He's waking up like it's 5:25 a.m. It is 10:30 a.m. Because they put the time on the thing. I'm like, 10:30, and you wake up like that? They must have went to sleep at 7.
Listen, they were partying.
Well, Madison was asleep because she had to drive home, so she just stayed just for breakfast. Pregnant women got to eat, child. I don't blame her.
Well, you could tell. I mean, she knew what was up. She felt like she said the baby was coming soon. She felt that pressure, so she was feeling it.
Now to me, it felt like she was joking. I'm about to go have this baby, and they, she left. Next thing you know, like, girl, because we all know she had the baby at the same time at 34 weeks, and they kept flash on the screen, 34 weeks still. 34 weeks pregnant. She's still 34 weeks. Like, what the heck? Every scene we got to see, she's 34 weeks. She was 34 weeks the night before. She was 34 weeks on her way there. She was 34 weeks when she woke up. I mean, what is production doing? But yeah, so they got plans for the day, the next morning. They have a cute little breakfast. Again, they're being catered to with the breakfast. And they have some things going on. They have a tour of the property. Some folks going swimming. So, yes, some folks doing tour. Some folks are going swimming. Some folks are fishing. And some folks are canoeing. So the people canoeing are the lovebirds, y'all, Craig and Charlie.
Right.
We can be by ourselves because they said they love being by themselves without Sally. Both of them. Oh, yeah, because Sally ain't here. I'm like, dang, that's kind of messed up, though. Stop mentioning her when you with me. Don't mention no other woman when you with me. I don't care who she is. Not even your mama. I don't like that. It was overkill a bit, It's like, we already know y'all got tension, so. Yeah. I feel like their canoeing situation. You think it was a romantic or just whatever?
You know, I thought it was fine. They're in that group dynamic where obviously the gossip and the drama of the group is going to be part of your conversation, but I agree with you. There does come a point where if that's what you're talking about more than you're getting to know one another, it doesn't bode well. I want to be with someone that can let all that stuff go and we can focus on getting to know one another because if they're like, can you believe she said that about me, that's like a sign of I've got more ego going than I care to get to know you. So
You hear
it's cute, whatever.
You hear when she said, I'm here with a guy that I like, and he ain't stopped smiling since he been with her.
Yeah.
But, oh, that's cute,
Yep. Enjoy, folks. Enjoy. It doesn't. It's the opportunity to be with someone that you have those butterfly feelings for, get to know one another. That's not always. That doesn't happen so often these days.
You sure don't know.
Sure doesn't relish it. And listen, at least Craig is trying to be a little bit more upstanding than a lot of these Yahoo Bravo boys.
So speaking of the boys, they went fishing, and Austin was just way too excited to catch a fish. I'm thinking he didn't caught the biggest grouper bass, tuna, baby shark situation, some Guinness Book of World Records, some little something that they threw back in the water. It was Rodrigo, Austin, and Shep. And Shep is pressing. Oh, so you can tell other people, but you can't tell me. So that's the type of friendship we gonna have, huh? And then Austin finally said, "Okay, listen, yeah, we broke up."
He was basically, yeah, that is the kind of friendship we're gonna have.
Exactly.
But, yeah, and then finally, the roundabout comes out,
Girl, okay, but all that hype over that fish, Austin. You ain't never fished before. I mean, he was too excited, child. I'm like, dang.
Yeah, and then they kicked it back into the lake.
And can't put the thing on the needle. I wouldn't want to either, but
me neither. Mm-mm.
But that's if I could put it in there without touching it, cool. If I just stab it, and okay, let me try and get it, with my hands all prissy, trying not to touch nothing squiggly. Just stick it in there. If I can get two on the hook, cool, without touching nothing. But I'm not touching the worm.
I'm not gonna catch anything I'm not intending to eat. I'm not gonna catch something for my entertainment and then put it injured back in the water. And
it's
I'm not
injured.
It had a hook in its mouth. It has a boo-boo.
It heals.
It's pierced.
It heals. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Their whatever skin or whatever heals real quick.
Immediately?
Well, not in 2 seconds, but they ain't gonna die in the water because they had a hook.
I don't need to hurt a fish to just catch it.
Girl,
and I don't need to kill a worm. Well, I mean, if I were gonna catch and eat something respectfully, that was what we were doing, then that'd be another thing. But I don't. So that's just me. But like I said, I'm just gonna highlight again. Shep had a great. He's like, so you're broken up, and he didn't even. He didn't. He knew enough. He's like, Austin will be so mad at me if I gloat in any way or if I do anything. He had enough couth to just shut it up.
Hashtag couth. Thank you.
Yep. But you know what? That's the thing I believe about, even though Austin's perspective and his need to be like, oh, I need to give you some advice is misplaced. It still was out of, I care about my friend. I want, what I believe will make him happy. And I don't need to be right. I just want him broken up. He's like, I got him single. That's all I want.
I forgot to mention that at the night of the dinner, Charlie let it slip to Craig that Austin's single. As Austin was going to the bathroom, at the same time, Sally told Austin, I'll help you in the bathroom, girl. And that's when Charlie, kind of let it slip. And Craig was like, oh, okay. So again, Coof, good for
Well, yeah,
Craig.
he said to her, I don't want him to think we're talking about, I want him to tell me. I don't want him to know
Yeah,
that I know.
yeah.
I was like, see, listen, they care about their friend enough. This was another
Mm-hmm.
moment like where Austin's like, I'm not happy with Craig, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
think he meant any harm by what he said. Same thing goes for Craig, where I may not like Austin, but like I don't want him to find out that I don't want him to think that we're talking about him. Like I want him to
Right,
let me know about this. He gets to have
right.
control over this one. Unless I'm gonna find out wrong later when Austin tells him and
Girl.
he says something stupid. But it seems like both of the boys at this moment care about their friend more than they
Yes.
care about being right.
And growth. Good
Mm-hmm.
for them. Good for them. So again, we back the next morning canoeing, the couples, oh, I like you. Yeah, I like you too. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So then the fishing, and that's when Shep find out, and good. Hashtag Coof.
Yep.
Rodrigo was like, finally, God damn, I was holding all this tea in, my top about to pop.
Yeah.
Rodrigo was like just about to pop his tea kettle. He couldn't say nothing. Rodrigo. What else happened? Oh, so the girls, witness are taking the girls on tour around the whole camp. They go see some horses. Almost got their hand ate up trying to feed them hay and carrying on because they don't listen.
Seriously, he made it so clear and like common sense. You gotta be careful with horses. You gotta do it flat handed. But like anyway.
Girl, I'll give you a carrot. That's a good enough length. I ain't doing nothing where you got to eat out my hand. Not no horse. Maybe an ostrich, but not no horse. That mouth big as my girl. See, again, listen to the people whose property that belongs to. I wish I would.
Oh, we went down to Oceanside and fed some
Ooh,
ostriches and emus. I would not recommend it. They are.
what happened?
They're just. It's just not necessarily fun, Like they have a beak that could as scary as horse teeth. And it's not that I don't appreciate or respect those birds, but what I'm telling you is they also have like I'm gonna be real kind of a murderous look in their eye. It's
Don't
kind
they,
of crazy.
girl?
Yeah, so I'm so
They
saying
do.
they do. So I would not rather feed an ostrich, but yeah,
Well,
just be careful with your
you have
damn
a
fingers,
memory.
Sally.
You have memories.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Not necessarily
So
good ones.
after the tour, they want to go swimming. So Whitner in the pool getting his laps in, and Molly is dangling around the pool. I don't know, she got wet. Her hair didn't look wet, but she looking good in her bathing suit and her two-piece. Vanita ain't getting in. She's still cute with her jeans on. I'm surprised Sally ain't getting the water. I don't know. I guess it wasn't a hot tub nowhere. So she's like, damn, that pool. So then Sally wanted to get with Vanita. Look, my note says Sally and Molly and Whitner jumped Vanita. That's not true. I just put that there just laughing because Vanita felt like, in my opinion, she didn't want to, be told about herself. But I'm gonna say this. I think Molly, what's her name? Sally is making a mountain out of a molehill. I think she's trying to create drama to have storyline going on because, in my opinion, her issues that she pointed out about trying, she thinks Vanita's trying to pin her and Molly against each other. I don't think so. By pointing out that uh, she was telling Sally that Molly had some things to say about her at one scene, and then another about, telling Sally that Molly had her vag rejuvenated. And And I'm thinking, how is all of that pinning them against each other? Is it me, or do you think Sally is just putting too much on it?
I agree. I think that Sally and Vanita were gossiping as friends. That's really all it was. I don't think that Vanita was going out of her way to separate Sally and Molly out of like intentionally, out of vindictiveness, insecurity, you know, uh any of that stuff. Now, do I think that Vanita got caught, like putting 20 on 10 with that whole who paid for it crap, like especially because like Molly was saying, she had a labiaplasty. I hope we can say that on here. And so it was something she was feeling
Oh,
insecure
yeah.
about. So, you know, it's kind of like having a breast reduction, basically. So you're taking something that
Yeah.
somebody was kind of like insecure about, and you're like making it, you're making a really, really poor speculation about it, poor taste.
And making a spectacle about it, because
Yeah, so that wasn't cool, but she already apologized to Molly about it to
right,
her
that was
face.
up.
So
Hello.
we don't need to revisit necessarily. But you know what struck me the most out of this is Whitner. Why are you snapping at any, like, what are you doing? Like, like, I get that you were offended for Molly, but he was like, he said, I'm here for her. He meant Molly, right?
I'm
Or did he
sorry.
mean remember when Whitner jumped in and Vita was like, stay out of this? And he's like, I'm here for her. Was he talking about Molly?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. So you're deeply offended at something, but like this is already squashed. So you don't need to like get in here and like add your 2 cents and come in on a noble horse,
Two
because
cents.
literally, because this is like, that's not the point. You're horrified that she made some poor taste joke. I get it. But
Right.
like, you also don't need to be hostile to Vanita, because you know me, I don't like when everybody gangs up on a person. I don't like that. I don't like
You
when
sure
somebody
don't. You are
uh-uh.
equal opportunity.
I don't. I don't like when one person feels like everyone's coming at them, especially when
Hmm.
they're trying to work something out with a friend. And so I don't like it.
Yeah.
I'll defend Lisa, I'll defend Vanita, I'll defend whoever. Um, but I also, on the flip side, if I had a partner and he felt defensive of me because somebody had made a rude joke, I would find that kind of sexy. So I'm just saying. I'm not saying horn in and like whatever. I did find it a little bit I think he feels a bit superior to all of these people right now. I'm like, you need to be on here a couple seasons, Whitner. You're going to be hooking up with girls too young. You're going to be doing some things that like
No,
lower the caliber of your character.
no, not Whitney, Jesus.
Well, we shall see, right? But
We
fame
shall
is a
see.
horrible
Yes.
drug. Fame is a horrible drug. All right, so it
Let's
gives you
wait till
some.
Mexico. We got some time. It's only episode
Well,
11.
let him get to a BravoCon now that he's made his debut.
That's the
As
real
the
test.
yeah, as the hot, cute one that hasn't done anything skeezy yet.
In the Obama suit, okay?
So um,
Obama suit.
but yeah, I felt like he kind of like felt really entitled to interfere in a way that wasn't necessarily very kind to Vanita. I think Vanita should have fought back with Sally though and been like, you and I were just gossiping. I was not attempting to manipulate anything. And the fact that you're even doing that is really pissing me off. I don't appreciate you accusing me of that. You gossiping with other people about what you heard between you and I is your responsibility and not mine.
Now, the one thing I was with Sally on is how Vanita walks away from
True.
confrontation.
Yeah,
She
it's
did it
true.
at the pajama jammy jam. No,
Yes,
first she did it
at
at,
the baby shower.
I was just about to say, took the words right out of my mouth.
Sorry.
No,
I
no.
did. I did.
That's the
I
first
literally
one. Yeah.
did.
And then, like I said, at the thing, the pajama jammy jam. Now that's the
Right.
third one. Girl, state your stand. State, look, like Stormy said, state where you stand, because you're defending something that you can easily debunk. It's nothing major. It's just her perception or her way to try and make something out of nothing, and do that. Say, girl, that's not even anything major. We already squashed it, like we just discussed the thing with the labia. So that's not even an issue. And I don't see how that could have, or any gossip you and I did, which was wrong, could have made, could have turned into y'all not speaking under my guise of trying to get you to not speak. That doesn't even make sense. It just doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry, Sally. Girls, listen, watching, listening. You just stick to you, Craig and Charlie. That's the only valid story that's worthy of something. I'm sorry. So far.
Vanita, you're on a reality show, and the formula for most of these is confrontation, conflict, confrontation, resolution. That's, you have to be comfortable doing that. You have to be able to get into moments and stand up for yourself and go after other people and their BS accusations. Now, that being said, there are occasions where, especially if it was like 4-on-1, I would absolutely not blame you for feeling ganged up on and leaving, but you leave every time someone wants to have a direct confrontation, and you do run your mouth about people. And like you said, when Craig got dumped from the woman he wanted to marry, I'm Team Paige. Girl, and so you wonder why he doesn't like you? You didn't even have to do that. You know, you didn't.
Really?
And you can own that to him and say whatever, but like you have to take responsibility for, he's not happy with you because you keep saying that you don't think he's a good person and you support the woman that dumped him, and that's fine. Stand on business.
10 times.
Yeah, you know, so I mean, I know, don't be on a reality show if you can't handle confrontation. You can't run away every time, baby girl. You can't.
Right.
You gotta sit, you know, there has to be a point where you, and this is another situation where I would have said to Whitner, respectfully, Whitner, Molly and I already squashed. I've already apologized to Molly. You don't need to support, like, that's a resolved issue. That's resolved. What isn't resolved is this accusation that I'm gossiping in order to fracture relationships. That is absolutely not the case. Sally, you're scapegoating
that's more her
me.
load than Vanita's, if you ask me.
Right? Especially right now with this whole Charlie, I'm sure Craig's the troll. And, you know, I'm going to tell you what I know to be true, even though I don't. Yep. So, yeah, Vanita kind of shot herself in the foot. I would even look at Rodrigo and say, back me up better so that I don't feel alone.
Now, that's who should have been there, was Rodrigo.
True. I mean, next time you want to have a conversation, go get him. I don't know.
Just saying.
Yeah. But yeah, Whitner
he would have set that straight.
I didn't like it. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I kind of jumped in on you too. No, I just was like, you know what? I've been liking you, but you just showed me a little something I'm going to keep my eye on.
Girl.
Like some mansplaining, but like a different like version of it.
Could that be gaslighting?
No, because gaslighting is, let's say I've been mistreating, like I've been mistreating you, like not I've been like saying I'm going to call and I never do. I keep telling you, I'm going to call you at this time on this day, and I never do. I'm going to call you. So then if we talk about it and you say, you know, you keep saying that you're going to call and you never do. What are you talking about? I always call when I say I'm going to call. Like, no, that was one time where we got mixed up or whatever, like where you're denying what's actually happening to the person that is trying to express dissatisfaction at what's happening. You're
Okay.
denying their reality. That's called gaslighting.
Well, she close because she almost there.
and everybody is in a certain way. And that's why I said Craig was kind of gaslighting her, because he said, I never said that. You think I'd say that? Well, you kind of did, Craig. Just not the way she thinks you did. That's why it's the problem. So yes, stay out of women's business. Thank you for about that. So I just kind of felt like Whitner was doing some, like, I'm the moral manager of this situation because I'm appalled at the rumor. Get over. We've got past that.
We sure did. So that was it for that day, y'all. So now everybody back to the Heezy. They back in Charleston. Out all that itchy grass and carrying on. And here we are with the bagpipe funeral. Bagpipe funeral of Chauncey the dog. And Austin is the eulogist, bagpipes, and that's Miss Patricia and Whitney.
Yes.
And everybody's, dressed and everything. And it's a sad occasion, child. And Miss Patricia barely hold it together. And then they stopped by their pet cemetery of last 20, 25 years, about 14, 15 pets buried right there on the property. That's honorable. I think we got that out here. I don't know if we can have that many, but I know that we can bury our pets in the backyard. I think that's honorable, But yeah, he had his plaque ready, his stone, ain't a headstone, is it? For a headstone, child? Marker.
Yeah, because I think it's a headstone if it like pops up above the ground.
Yeah. So he had his marker, like everybody else had their marker. And I guess they'll kind of bury it like the other ones were kind of buried in the dirt, but it just sat there to represent Chauncey. And what Austin said was I loved it.
Yes.
It was humorous. It was, thoughtful. And I said, oh, he must have got his degree because he wrote that really well. And
it was cute.
Yeah, it was. Miss Patricia chose him because she said out of everybody, Chauncey took to him the best, and she appreciated how Austin treated him the best versus everybody else who come over there. So, and ain't nobody gonna deny Miss Patricia. Whatever she wants, she gonna get. So, ain't nobody disrespecting her. Long as you don't get Craig nothing to drink while you sit on the couch, everything is fine. So it was just them three plus the bagpipe player. Was he also the new dude?
I don't think he knows how to play the bagpipes.
Was that the new person?
No, I don't think that the bartender / fake butler plays the bagpipes.
My bad. They look alike to me, girl. I don't know. But then they showed montages of Chauncey, and Michael was in one of those. He was, because if you watch the show, every time you see Michael 2 years and beyond ago, he would be carrying that dog with him, while he served. Michael was a man of many talents. He could balance a drink, have the dog in one side, and take care of things in the other. So I know why she appreciated it. So I like to see both of it. It was nice to see that cute little montage of him holding Chauncey. So rest in peace to Chauncey. Woof, woof, and all that. You want to say something about Chauncey?
Oh, I just think, Miss Patricia's getting up there. She's had a lot of loss. I feel for her. I think that, grief is hard. That was one of her beloved companions. I'm sure she's still mourning Michael a lot. That was another companion for her. So I thought this was sweet. I thought Austin handled it with respect and care for her and the situation in a way that was very endearing. And he's not always the case with me, but it was very sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Whitney, I will say I appreciate that Whitney is a drunken and elitist. but he's at least not like slurring. You know, you need the wheelchair to get around this season versus last. He's at least, you know, a little bit more together this season.
That's funny. Yes, he was respectable, and we I couldn't tell if anything was going on. And Miss Patricia was sniffling. You know, that's her dog, y'all. So rest in peace.
Yes.
Woof woof. So after doing all this, they're showing all the credits. I'm like, oh, it's over. Then we see Benita, you know, doing her beauty regimen. And then she gets a call, and it's Madison. And Madison's getting her glam done. And then she pans around the room. She in the hospital, y'all. She about to have a baby. And the first person she called was Benita. I told you they listen, watching, listen. What have we been saying for the last 2 years? When is Madison and Benita going to have a moment?
No. This is you. This is what you've been saying. This cracked me up. This was all, I couldn't stop thinking about you. You've been asking for 2 seasons what's happened. You bring it up all the time as part of the situation, but we got a moment. Do you? This is what I would like to know. Do you feel sad? How do you feel about this scene? Did you feel satisfied? Did it exonerate what was happening between them? Do you think they came back together? You know, what was your read on it?
My read was, thank you for listening, watching, and listening. We appreciate you. Performative at best, still yet, because she didn't have to say you were the first person I told when she really wasn't. But I get it. Maybe the first out of all the group, because her mama knew, her mama took her, and which was just cute, too cute, y'all. So the story of that was, well, of course she told Brett he on his way from California. The story was too cute. She said her water broke, and her mama didn't have her glasses on. She had no backpack. They on their way to the hospital. Mama looking, she can't see. I'm like, that is just the cutest story. Like anything could have happened. And it was just like, oh, wow. You know, I think her son was already at camp somewhere. So he was already taken care of. I was like, I know that's right. Girl, I drove myself to the hospital. Made me think about my story. Like, you just gone and go, you know. Anyway, maybe I'll tell a story one day. Mine is cute too. But anywho, I said, y'all listening, watching, listening. Thank you. Because I've been saying this for 2 years. When is they gonna have a moment? We ain't seen a single thing yet until now.
I thought of you immediately. I was laughing. I'm like, here it is. Yeah, my water broke too. I was my first day. I have one kid, 10 days early. Ooh. So yes, and so I could relate to Madison a little bit, where you're like, oh, well, shoot. I was literally, she was born on a Wednesday, and I was going on maternity leave that Friday. So yeah. Anyway, that was cute. And they obviously shared a little moment together. And Madison knew, she could just feel, must have felt the pressure. Like, this baby's coming.
You know? But she looked good pregnant, you know. She held it all together. She looked, you know, she wore it well. And then they filmed Brett coming in fresh off the plane. He coming giving her a kiss. She in the room. You hear all the bells and whistles going on. And so I guess next episode we may see a little hint of what's that stuff of amniotic in the air.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so baby girl is coming, little Teddy, whatever last name is, baby Teddy baby.
Yeah, I only know the first name.
Yeah, so good for them. Yeah, so that was cute, girl. And then she panned to the mom where she's, filming herself. The mom is just looking over the steering wheel like, I can't see shit. Where are we going? It was just so cute just to have that moment. She's like, I can't drive, so you got to. I can't find my glasses. We got to go, mama. It's time I'll see for us. Just come on. So I thought that was cute. That's all my notes. It ended on a nice note. But yeah, that's all my notes, y'all. You got anything else more?
That's it.
Okay. Like Aaron said in the chat, we got some shows for y'all tomorrow. We want to let you know about. We got a double header tomorrow. We will let you know about these rich heifers of Beverly Hills. Yes, as you can see, episode 9 of season 15. And it'll be a cute Valentine's Day. All the lovebirds. Yes, yes.
All the divorced heifers.
Okay. Because I know, well, maybe Erica only one, getting someone, well, no, Bose, she got to go.
Right. Bose and Erica are I'm sure enjoying this Valentine's Day.
Oh, yeah, and Amanda, she got somebody too.
Oh, yeah, she does. She does.
So yeah, tomorrow, be sure and tune in 11 a.m., specifically Pacific Standard Time. Thank you very much. And then shortly after, at 1 p.m. tomorrow, we're going to get down and dirty with some RuPaul's Drag Race Season 18, Episode 7. We are back to the norm. I think we're going to do, I was going to tip my tongue, what they're going to do tomorrow. An acting challenge.
I think they're doing a political spoof or something.
Thank you.
Have a prop.
Yeah. Yes. So this is what we were talking about last week. Since all of the customary acts or things that they do to show off their talents, whether it's singing or whether it's Snatch Game, that what I love to see, or they already did the RDR Live, so. Here we are with that spoof, like you said. Well, they had the last election year, I think it was 2024, when George just came, and it was that season.
They did a roast, though. Right? I'm pretty sure that was a roast, wasn't it? Even though it was political themed, it was a roast.
That was different. All Stars, right? Or was it regular? I forget.
It was All Stars. It was All Stars. It was a roast, which is a different challenge. But I have to see more specifically what they're doing to be able to see if this is a new one, because I don't think they've done the theme of propositions really before. So I gotta see what the actual challenge is, though.
Well, they're all gonna knock out the park for the most part, because Juicy Love Dion is just killing it every week. If it ain't the runway, it's the talent. Come on. Granddaughter got it going on. Okay, just saying. But yeah, these are shows for tomorrow. So please tune in and we will give you your life.
Yes.
Anything more you want to say before we head on out of here?
I'm good.
Well, speaking of being good, we're going to find out how good she really is when she ain't talking ish with me. Where you be at when you're not over here?
You can catch me on Facebook, Psychic Aaron Boyd, or on Instagram and Threads, Psychic_ELB. Hit me up in the DMs if you would like to get a psychic reading, or just friend me.
And I just want to shout out the chat. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. We appreciate the love. We are interactive. Talk to us. We do talk back. Thanks again for tuning in on this RAERAES Night Live. Yes, ma'am.
We really do appreciate you.
Yes. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And when you do, make sure the parentheses are around that bell or the bell is black. And there's a hype button. Hook me up. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And we will see y'all tomorrow. Bye, y'all.